Hi friends, welcome and welcome back. I'm Juan and this is The Wonderful Life. Happy Pride! It's taken me a while to actually make this video because I've just been so busy this month. And today I'm going to share with you what I've been up to. I will say that Disney's Pride collection this year was just not it. Unfortunately, it's even less than what they've done in the past. This again is a signal of companies being pressured by the dark forces that be. It's just not sufficient. Luckily, I still have my Pride ears from years before. I think this was like 2 years ago now. Boy, how things change. Luckily, there is still queer joy to be found. I'm going to start off with something that has completely taken over my summer. That is Heated Rivalry, the unauthorized musical parody. This gem of a show is happening in Chelsea, which is wonderful, off 27th Avenue, directly next to the High Line. It stars J. Armstrong Johnson as Ilya Rozanov, Jimin Moon as Shane Hollander. It has a brilliant cast: Ryan Duncan, Ryan Redmond, Cherry Torres. They play multiple characters throughout the musical. It is so funny. It honestly came at a time when I had finished watching Heated Rivalry. I was very late to watching Heated Rivalry, mainly because my life is a queer story. I live it every day. So media representation is really like hit or miss for me. I thoroughly enjoyed it and became obsessed. Way later than everybody else, which tracks because again, I do not like getting into things when they're like super hyped up because the fandom kind of gets crazy. This fandom has gotten crazy. Then beautiful things like this occur and they just pop up in your life and you're like, I have to go check this out. This is just a little title card here because Today Tix was sponsoring a couple of shows for Pride Week. The proceeds were going to NYC Pride. I had gone before. So I've now seen this musical twice and I am gunning for a third time for sure. It's just that good. It's super funny, super sexy, packed with a bunch of jokes that refer to a lot of other musical properties out there. So there's just a ton of Easter eggs. If you're not aware, it's gonna go over your head. If you know, and it just pops off. It's so good. Initially, there wasn't a lot of merch in the first showings, which is understandable. It's brand new. I went back the second time. You know, your boy had to pick up some stuff. The first was this reusable cup. So they actually will sell the iconic Blue Moon Over Brooklyn smoothie. There's no alcohol served at the venue. It's a dry venue for now, which is totally fine because I honestly do not wish to be in a theater full of drunk people when the show's going on. It's just not really going to enhance the experience. They have these little cups made. They have the font on here for like strawberry. If you've seen the show, you know what I'm talking about. It says straw doggin, which is the alternative in the musical. It's so hilarious, super fun. I'm totally glad that I was able to keep this as a memento from the first show. Today Tix kicked in and they had this section where they did this little pop-up where they kind of styled it after a cabin. They actually had some gear there you could take photos with. They had these little free in heat matches, so I ended up taking a handful of these because they were free. Real quick, I ended up picking up some items for like a fit to go to the shows because you know, I like to be in theme. I was able to find this New York Admirals t-shirt on Etsy, which is super cute. It's just plain black, but it just has the typeface here and the logo. I also got Kip's hat here from Strawberry. He has this embroidered strawberry here and it's this nice deep navy. One was super cute. I did get a lot of compliments on it. Just a normal little dad hat. But at the second show, they did have more merch, so I ended up picking up the boys themselves. This is a promotional look that they have where they're both chomping on the end of a puck. They have a little thing that says get pucked or go puck yourself. And it's just so freaking cute. I'm gonna wear this to the next showing. I'll be all decked out. These boys are so talented. They sing amazingly. They're so good. Also, shout out to the understudy, Daniel Brackett, for the second showing because Jay was on vacation for a couple days, so he wasn't in the second viewing. So Daniel Brackett ended up his replacement and it was like seamless. He still captured the character perfectly of Ilya. He was so good. He's gorgeous. so gorgeous. I'll put links below for all the people involved. So if you're interested, if you're ever coming to NYC, it's going through at least the beginning of September. It was supposed to be like an 8-week run. It's very popular. So if you have an opportunity, definitely go see it. The crowd is really fun. It's a mix of a bunch of gays and a bunch of moms and a bunch of women who definitely enjoyed the show. Then I ended up getting this fan featuring the boys. Super cute. There's not much merchandise out there. The fact that they have a fan is just iconic. In fact, I need it now. I have no AC on because I don't want to compete with that noise. This is wonderful. I'm actually going to take this to NYC Pride this Sunday for the parade. They are going to have a float at NYC Pride. I'm super excited to see the cast and see them promote the show. This costs as much as the t-shirt. Both were $36. Of course, I had to go ahead and try to get an autograph. It's very rare that they would come down because I went to a 5 o'clock showing. Typically they have a show like at 8:30 if it's like Saturday. So there's no guarantee that they're actually gonna exit the facility. But I was lucky enough that Jim and Moon was able to come out and they went to go run an errand. Super sweet person. At the time of recording this, Rivalry does not really have any collectibles out there that are readily available to sign. There's nothing distinctly to the show outside of like these promotion cards and that fan in the shirt. I just decided to get a little creative. I saw something that people were like getting hyped up over online. I saw some creators that are saying, I'm at Epcot. I heard that there are heated rivalry ears here at Epcot. It was really funny to follow them through. What they end up getting are the Canadian ears because the Canadian ears look like this year. Oh my gosh. Never been to Walt Disney World. I'm from Southern California. Disneyland is my home park. So all I've had experience with is Disneyland and DCA. But the Canadian Pavilion at Epcot had released these ears. We have Donald here. We have Mickey. We have Chip and Dale, who do look like they're in a rivalry. I love that Mickey's just happy to be here. The ears are actual like hockey pucks, which is super cute. You can see that it does say Canada World Showcase. I thought these would be a fun, interesting way to have something for them to sign. I was only able to catch one, which said Jimin, who plays Shane. There's their autograph. He wrote Shane and autographed it for me. I am super excited. I really wanted Daniel to sign this one, even though he's not like the main person that plays Ilya. He was still so wonderfully talented. The songs. I love how the music really does do justice to their voices and shows off their range. I get goose pimples every time. This was just an amazing memento to take with me. I do have other mementos that I'm going to try to have them sign the next time. Hopefully that works out. It worked out this time. I just have to make sure that I get it at a showing where they're guaranteed to leave eventually. I also love though that they're like not so hyped up and there's not a lot of crowd of people to wait on them. So you actually have a good chance of running into them and spending some time with them. This was everything. It's so funny because Youtooz just announced that they're going to go ahead and have some heated rivalry collectibles, which is so exciting. Funko finally are going to have some collectibles of Shane and Ilya, which is a little annoying because like, you can do Shane and Ilya, but you couldn't do Heartstopper. I want a Nick and Charlie. Okay, give me Nick and Charlie, Funko. If you are interested in pre-ordering them, and I'll put links down below if you're interested. Hashtag not sponsored, you know, sharing the wealth of knowledge. Speaking of Disney, I had the honor of attending this beautiful show put on by Caroline Gaitán, and she is the voice actress to Peppa from Encanto. And see, there she is. It was a beautiful show, heart-wrenching because she talks about her life, and it's called Vida. She talks about her life and how she left Colombia at a young age. She had a stage name at the time. It was just a bunch of drama. It was just crazy how she expressed her life. But she sang, she danced, she had costume changes. It was such a beautiful show. It was heartwarming. I actually got sat next to, without even knowing, because it was kind of dark. I really thought they were just another blonde twink, next to Ronan Farrow. And I'm just like, really? This is... Okay, comment down below if you know who Ronan Farrow is. I was like only in New York and I was able to go ahead and meet her and get her autograph, and she just was the sweetest thing, and like we had a really nice conversation. She is just amazing, and I really highly encourage you to listen to her music if you're into that. Just really get to know some of the voices behind Encanto because these people are very talented and some of them have a lot of careers spanning prior to that movie. So it really was just a great time. So I ended up getting this deluxe Encanto playset. We've seen this before. It's been on the Disney Store website for a while. I think I got it for less than $6. It was like super sale cheap because, you know, it's been a while since Encanto's been out now. I love this playset because it has the full family with the powers. That's to have the Encanto. In the back, you do have Peppa. This artwork wraps around, it's removable. So that's what I took out to have her autograph that section. Now I have this wonderful memento that I'll never forget. So freaking amazing, y'all. I'm sorry. I just had like one of the best weekends. I had Heated Rivalry Saturday, her on Sunday. It was just, and I just had an opportunity to get those autographs. I'm not doing New York Comic Con this year. The prices are too much and I'd rather invest my money in other things. So these interactions happening back to back is just crazy. Spoiler alert, I get to see John Waters on Friday. He's having a talk with Ricky Lake and it's sponsored by the Criterion Collection. They're gonna be talking about Hairspray and this other movie and I'm gonna be able to get his autograph. So y'all have been having an amazing, amazing Pride, and New York is just, it's an interesting time here because, you know, I've lived here through Eric Adams and he was a mess. And now with Mayor Mamdani and DSA, and it just feels like a dream and it's wonderful and I'm just so grateful. Before I end this video today, I have one more thing I'd like to share with you. It's this. So I am not a doll girly. I'm not a doll channel. I have no idea how the intricacies work for these dolls, like any of their history. There's something that had come out recently on Mattel that I was like, that's a thing. Went on a deep dive and said, another thing to obsess over. Hyperfixation is really all. Well, if it's queer, gay, I'm typically all about it. I want to add it to my collection. You can see through this little paper here, we have ourselves some Monster High. Oh, yay! I have here the Monster High 2-pack of Kieran Valentine and Speldon Caldronello. This is amazing. In Monster High, these little cuties are paramours. I think there was some backlash initially when this came out because they were shown to be paramours way before this regime was put into place by corrupt billionaires. Mattel was not really forthcoming about the nature of the relationship. I think they call these lab partners. Furthest from the truth, they are boyfriends. They actually have a new comic series that they were doing this year. I'll put it here, Boomuda Triangle. It's like a story about them two through the multiverse, you know, different situations. I did order those comic books. I wish I had them on hand, but of course the comic book shop that I ordered from took forever. But mainly it's my fault because the last book is a pre-order. It came out on the 17th. I did not know that. I thought the whole thing was already done because I saw a pre-order for like a finished book that was coming out later. These boys are actually touching hands in the box. They're just so fun. Let me show you the back because there's a bunch of glare. These are their characters. In fact, their outfits are inspired by the comic book that's come out. So his outfit has changed from what it was before. These just look so freaking cool. Let me see. Okay, sorry, here they are outside of the box. So again, I am not a Monster High girly. I don't have the terminology down. I don't get what G1 versus G3. I'm just kidding. Another thing, Generation 1, Generation 3. There are doll channels that have a lot of their particularities when it comes to dolls. Me, I don't give a F. These are two canon queer characters in doll form. If I was a little boy and I knew these existed and I had gotten this for a present Christmas, I would have flipped my ish so much because stuff like this is really what keeps people alive. When you can recognize yourself and not feel like an outsider or something to be overlooked, dismissed, or disgusted, to feel that you're not an accident and that you are someone worthy of love and to be seen, heard. Stuff like this makes a huge, huge difference. I'm just like, I want to be a part of this. I want to know what's going on. This was $70, I believe. I'll have to look at my statement again. I just knew that this was something I did not want to miss out on. I wish I had gotten two because I'm going to keep this in the box for a long, long time before I feel comfortable of taking them out. They do have their own color-coded stands here. They come with these little notebooks that go into the little history, the little diaries. And there's like little accessories here. There's a hair comb and there's a potion bottle. It's super cute. Their outfits look amazing. I don't care. I think people are a little too particular. They do have the goggles there because they are lab partners. Still technically, even though they're more than that. I mean, look at that advert. It says, speaking of chemistry, You're not fooling anyone, Mattel. You should just come out with your full chest like, this is our Pride edition featuring Kieran Spelden. Stand 10 toes down. Like, don't retreat because you feel like you're going to alienate people. This was meant for a specific audience. They bought it because this is sold out. So if you got it, congratulations. If you didn't, I'm sorry. I hate to pay those resale values. Honestly, I might have to at some future because I do want to have these on display at some point. They will be in the box for now. And I'm not really going to go into much of their backstory. I still am learning as I go on. So happy that they exist. That's the most important thing, is that they are here. They're queer. And they're not sorry about it, even though Mattel is, because they're a bunch of cowards. In fact, any company that has capitulated to this administration are cowards. I want to remind everyone that Pride started as a riot. We don't say that as just like some flashy slogan, you kind of get the attention and be like, edgy. Police officers were raiding bars, just harassing our community, really just being awful to us. There were beatings of sorts. It's just not, it wasn't a great time. That's why intersectionality is super important amongst marginalized groups, because the fascism you experience, we have as well. I wasn't saying that their oppression is greater than anybody else's. I think we all need to get over that. We have to stand in solidarity for things like this to be real, for this to be realized, that we have come so far, yet we are going back so many ways. It's really unacceptable at this time of day. It really is. Like, if you have something to say about it, keep it to yourself. We don't need to hear it, because that mindset, that thinking is going the ways of the dinosaur. And if anything, don't hate you, we pity you, because you're the only one inflicting the suffering on yourself for not accepting science, for not accepting reality, and not accepting the progress that we as a species are making on this issue, which shouldn't be an issue. It's going to continue to be an issue, and that's why we continue to have Pride, to continue to show out and let people know that we're here and we're not going anywhere. Not that we're here, we've been here. We're not going anywhere. I'm going to end it there because I can go on forever. I just want to let y'all know that I love you and you have a wonderful Pride. If you are someone who is still struggling, there are resources out there. I will list some resources down below. This Pride Month, if you haven't done anything for a queer person in your life, or if you don't know any queer people in your life, again, I'll have links down below of places that you can look to contribute to help LGBTQ plus peoples for the remainder of Pride Month. I know I'm squeezing this in at the very end. Queer Pride is not just delegated to 1 month. It can be celebrated all year round, and that's something to keep in mind as well. But this month, y'all, we're partying. So I'm hoping y'all have a safe Pride, and I know Pride continues on throughout the season. San Diego has their Pride in July, actually, and multiple cities across the country, around the world, host their Prides throughout the year. So I think it'd be amazing to be able to just do a tour of Prides. Your poor liver. But drink that water. So whenever you celebrate Pride, and whoever you end up celebrating it, just continue to be safe and look out for one another. Again, thank you so much for being here. That was it. Comment down below which item was your favorite. Are we twinning on anything? Let me know. Did you end up getting this 2-pack? Do you own those Encanto figures? Get your heated rivalry ears. Huge thank you to all my subscribers. Your support means the world to me. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with someone you think that might like it. Also, be sure to set the bell notification to all so you're notified for future videos like this one. Be sure to stay tuned because I do have something monstrous up my sleeve for y'all for next time. So until then, stay wonderful. Bye.